Welcome to Intentional Healings. I'm Jodi Friedman, and my co-host for today is the amazing and incredible Elena Ledoux. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Well, for those of you that tuned in last month, I was interviewing Elena, and today we're flipping the switch, and Elena's going to interview me because it is my birthday, and it's
Happy birthday!
Yay! It's an exciting day.
Yes.
It is really a glorious day. So, I've decided to turn over complete control, which is not an easy thing for me, but I'm going to do it today and just allow Elena to share whatever she wants to share, because I'm always interviewing people, right?
Yes, exactly.
So I guess
we need to know more about you.
Thank you.
What you're up to. You are in the interview seat, and that's what happened last time I was here. I was so curious about what you were up to.
You were so
I started
funny.
interviewing you.
I know. So that's why we decided to do this today, because it was
Yes.
so natural for her. And I just love this woman. I met her last year on the cover party. She was there, and I thought, she's going to be a cover girl. I really thought you were going to be the next cover girl.
Wow.
And I only met you for a minute or two then, but I just had such a good feeling about you, and so we've developed a friendship over the last year, and it's been amazing. You are such a powerhouse. For any of you that don't know, she's got Wonder Woman on the side of her building.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes. But we're here to talk about you.
Okay, well,
Let's talk about you.
okay, I told you it might be hard, so here
Yeah.
we go.
Yeah, so Jodi, tell me, what have been your mission in life? What are you working on? What is your passion?
That is a good question. I have a passion for healing. I was a special ed teacher in my 20s, so it was sort of a natural progression after working in real estate to, it was basically when I was fixing myself in my late 30s, and I recognized that all the emotions that we stuff down inside of ourselves, they go into the body, and then they create either health problems or mental issues that we don't even know why, or what happened, or if we are not tracing that back, we're going to create something inside of ourselves that gets lodged in the subconscious, and then we just start acting out in certain ways that if we can get to the root of that, then we can change that. So I started becoming really curious about that, and I've had a huge education outside of college to really help myself understand healing. Way long ago, I'm a Reiki master and an instructor. I certify people in Reiki.
And what is Reiki?
It's an energy healing that comes from divine source, God, universe, whatever you call it. I call it God. I've always loved whatever that energy is, that's creator, source, divine energy. So I use that, and people ask me all the time, are you tired when you do this? That energy comes and flows through me, and so I use that energy. I feel like I'm a witness, and I step back, and I'm just facilitating somebody's healing, mentally, emotionally,
So if
physically,
someone
or
suffers a
spiritually.
loss or is going through a hard time, just feels depleted, that's when they come to you and you help them kind of put them back into
When people are out of balance, they call me, and I like to have people realize that we're always going to get out of balance at some point. So for those people that want to stay more in balance, it's good to do like a protocol of, once a quarter or several times a year. Some people come to me every week that really, they just want to keep raising their vibration and allowing themselves to be able to focus and have better lives. They come to me and I show them how to do that. I could do it on anything, mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual. So.
And you've done it so well, and you've been helping so many people in the community. That's how you ended up on Las Vegas Women's Magazine cover, right?
Yes. Actually, that was a really cool experience for me, because I was transitioning out of a 30-plus year career that I loved, and yet my passion was deeper. When I was in real estate, it was always the people that I cared about. I made a really good income, and it helped me to do this other thing on the side until it's not a side thing anymore. It's full-time now. Oh my gosh. Can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
So today, I've been a little bit not, I don't want to say incognito, but kind of. For 2 years, I haven't been putting myself out there like I was before, because I really got tired of doing both things. So I just got licensed in Henderson to work in 2 different offices. I'm going to be doing my meditations, the Reiki that I just spoke about.
Yes.
The energy healing with the meditations, my certification classes there. The 2 locations, this is the big announcement I've been waiting to share today. I'm licensed for elevated sauna. I forget the name. It's a really long name. Elevated sauna, meditation, and salon. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's Jennifer Stewart. She's out on Green Valley Parkway in Sunset, and it's a beautiful space. She started out having infrared studios, these saunas, and I tried it last week. It's really a wonderful feeling. You get a healing on a very deep level. But she also wanted to have other healers in different modalities there, so I'll be doing meditation classes, and like on a weekly basis. And you ready for the other one?
Yes.
Dun da da da.
That's very cute.
Well, I don't know. Where's my drum roll?
I know you're the performer and entertainer, right? On top of all of this.
Yeah,
everything.
Well, I am going to be at the Salt Room in Henderson. For those of you who know me from the Summerlin Salt Room, I'm now going to be at the Henderson Salt Room at least 1 day a week. We're going to be seeing how often I'll be there. I'll be taking some private clients there too. I was at the Salt Room in Summerlin for 3 years, and this one in Henderson is 5 minutes from where I live, so it's really going to be a nice fit for me too. I love the Summerlin one. I have so many people that lived out there, but the Henderson people, it's a little bit of a drive for me to go out there a couple times a month. So this one's 2 minutes from my house. So
Great.
I will be there joining some of my friends that already work there. And so today on my birthday, I got licensed for those 2 places.
Truly like the new stage, new phase in your life, right?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and I get to live my purpose of really working with other people and helping and watching them heal. I get a great satisfaction from just watching them grow. And I'm one of those people that can look a person in the eye and just ask sometimes the tough questions of, what is it that's keeping you from having your happiness? And where is the growth being stopped? Do you want to trace that back? I can help you, and it doesn't have to be painful. I can just kind of dip you in, because I know how to look for patterns in people.
Yes.
And once I've seen their patterns, if I can take it to the root, then we can just change it right then and there. I have techniques that I've been using to.
And I remember I attended the first session I attended with you. It was an incredible experience. I didn't expect it. I thought it's going to be, meditation experience, which is, just people do that nowadays, right? I didn't expect it to be completely carried away somewhere. And I did feel so much stronger afterwards, so much more relaxed, and just I felt good. It doesn't last forever, but it does have this lasting effect, right? And then when I feel like I need a little bit more help, then I come to you, and then you always, just by talking to you, I feel so much better. I feel more like, I can stand up straighter. And so I feel like you really need to bottle that stuff up and scale it, right? So more people can experience that.
I'm actually looking for people in the community or maybe even online, people that can help me package it and market that. I have good managerial skills. When it comes to marketing, I do need some support with that. And you being a Wonder Woman, I just feel like people in the community, and I've hired somebody to help me do some packaging with marketing with my coaching. So there'll be some things out in the community this year. And I'm really looking forward to shifting that and changing
and the book,
that.
Right?
Oh, the book, yeah. Well,
is that a secret? I'm sorry.
No. I just thought I'd leave that till we talk a little bit about the India trip. But
okay, let's talk about India trip.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've been very visible. Everybody knows you. Everybody loves you. You're on the cover of the magazine. You have 1 million followers, and then suddenly you go very quiet. It's very mysterious, and then we see all these photos that look gorgeous, and you look so radiant, so happy, but there's no explanation, right? So it's and then we see you cut your hair. Right? And then you come back and everybody's, okay, Jodi, tell us what is going on. Tell us what you're up to.
Yeah,
happened?
well, this was an amazing experience. I'm a breathwork facilitator, and I met these amazing people probably a year and a half ago, and I followed them from country to country. So this wasn't my first trip with them. Um, and we did breath work in India also. So let me just kind of backtrack and tell you, I love the breath work. What it is doing a certain circular type of breathing where you're able to really release stuff that's inside of you. You know, things, deep emotional issues, maybe from childhood, maybe from birth, that we don't know about. We're not aware of it, but we know that we have certain things that trigger us, that set off maybe some words like, where did that come from? Oh yeah, I just said that, but why did we say that? And it all ties back to childhood, when we were very impressionable, things that happened in our childhood that keep us maybe speaking in a way that just doesn't bring us what makes us happy.
I know you're so strict about that.
I'm
you
very,
don't let me use the self-denigrating language ever, right?
Well,
That's
when I hear it, I'm very sensitive because I've worked on it. I hear it when I say it for the most part, but not always. But I know those words like try, can't, anything with no in it. The universe doesn't hear the no words, and it'll give it to you.
How should we say it?
You just notice. Okay, so let's say you're focusing on what you don't want. Let's say I'm thinking, okay, I got to get these extra pounds off of me. So if I'm focusing on the extra weight, I will keep adding the extra weight. If I say I have to lose weight, well, once you lose it, you have to find it. So you think about how can I reword this? And if you're saying I'm releasing weight, I'm forever releasing
into the
weight.
wild.
Huh?
Into the wild.
Into the wild. Let it go wherever it needs to go, or whatever. It's like you focus on the solution instead of the problem.
Okay.
And I have been doing something that's really working for me, which is an appreciation journal, where when I wake up in the morning, it's the first thing I do. I'm shifting out of like Facebooking 24 hours a day. I use it a lot for business, but when you decide what you're going to do in the morning, I know for you it's different because you have 2 kids and a husband, so you probably attend to them naturally, but I am not attached right now and have no kids at home, so if I go on Facebook, I'm looking for connection, but the idea is to connect with yourself. So in the appreciation journal, I just start writing about what I'm appreciative of. And usually in the morning, it's like whatever I did the day before. So whoever I had conversations with and whatever my relationship was with myself that I appreciated, something good happened, I'm writing about it and saying, I'm in such gratitude. Like today, I get to say, for breakfast with Teresa Lang and flowers in the morning. Then I get to say, for licensing in 2 places. And then I get to say I had lunch with my daughter. She took me for lunch. And then I was with you. So I will focus on all the great things that just happened. And what happens then, because I'm writing it, there's something that happens when it goes from your head to your pen, or with a computer. I believe it's the same thing. But you're not just keeping it in your head. See, you're getting an outlet, and then you're writing. And then the next day the universe says, oh, that was fun.
You have to try it.
I'm going to do that again with you. What do you have to be appreciative? And if you continue doing that over and over, the universe is just going to bring you more and more. It's the law of attraction basically happening. So I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, and everything is so bright, you know, especially after sleeping for a week after India. I really slept.
Yeah,
like
so going back to India, you were following this tribe of breathe.
Yeah, so I started
Breathing.
doing breath work about a year and a half ago, and then they took us on a trip to Bali, and we did a lot of breath work there in Bali. And Bali's beautiful, beautiful. It's the heart chakra, and the energy. And these people, I really love them. They come to Las Vegas. They've been to Las Vegas 3 times since I met them, and then I think I'd been to see them twice, and here in Las Vegas, and they're coming up again in October. They'll be back. And I highly recommend, if anybody in the audience, any of my friends are listening, I'll be calling you to see if you want to come and do some breath work with us. And then maybe you'll want to go on one of their trips. They go all over the world. they are always on the go. Marcus and Sandra Ray. Sandra and Marcus Ray, she is the mother of breathwork from the 1970s.
Oh.
And in India, okay, so excuse me, this next trip was to Glastonbury, England. And I went there with them, and I breathed there.
I have a friend there too.
I do?
I think so. I think I saw one of the comments.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, somebody was cutting hair, and she was from England. I think you were telling me that story.
Yeah, but she's not on Facebook talking about it yet.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know all your secrets.
That's okay. I hope she's come out of the closet already.
Okay,
she knows
right.
who she is.
Okay, all right. Well, England is a big place.
England. So 3 or 4 of the people from England also came to India this few months later. So I had these friendships with people in 1 or 2 from Bali, and then 4 or 5 from England. So by the time I got to India, I already knew people there. I traveled all by myself, met the group. We started out in Delhi, and then we took a bus that was like 8 hours to this place called Haldwani. Spent the night there, and then we went into the Himalayan mountains in jeeps. That's how you get in. And people used to, in the olden days, to get to this particular ashram, they had to walk through the riverbeds. They had to walk hours and hours to get there. Well, now they have roads that go through the Himalayas. And so I was there for the Divine Mother Festival. It's called the Navaratri. There were about 300 people there on this ashram, and it was so filled with love. And I knew that at this place, at this particular time, it's very auspicious to do a head shave for men and women. None of the Indian women that I know of, they don't cut their hair. But it's in reverence for allowing yourself to let go of the attachment. And you know, gosh, you guys, I loved my hair. I loved
beautiful hair.
Loved having the hair that I would take an hour and a half a day and curl and prepare and do all the things that that women love about themselves with hair. Not so much makeup, but my hair was really special to me. And then there's the story about Delilah, who cut her hair, who wanted to cut Samson's hair, and then he thought it would make him weak. But what I was told, and I found it to be true, is that in letting go of this attachment, there would come a deep inner strength. And I think that that's the reason that I wanted to do it, was to, at my age, show a certain courageousness and bravery to do something that I didn't really want to do. And there were other people there from last year's trip. They call it a mundan, and they had shaved for 9 months. Can you imagine?
Wow.
Like every 3 days, they would take the razor and keep their head completely bald. And I was not willing to do that, but I did consider it while I was there, and I just didn't want to, because for me it just didn't seem like the right thing. But from last year's trip, I think 12 or 13 people kept their head shaved for a whole year.
Wow.
And I've talked with them, and the things that happened to them in their lives, I think it was a lot due to that. Because let me tell you just a little bit about it. That some people, when I first came back, it was very awkward coming back on the plane, and I wore my hoodie, and I didn't know how I was going to come back into Las Vegas, of all places to come back home to, with being a woman and feeling very feminine, and then feeling like, okay, now what? And in the beginning, probably because of my lack of confidence the first day or two, it was Easter. I went to Smith's. There were hundreds of people in the grocery store on Easter, and I noticed a lot of people looked down when they saw me. And I was trying to get courage, just to be myself, no matter who, what, where, why, at any time. And so I started to look people in the eye, and that was really empowering for me. And I never wore anything on my head since I came back home. I didn't try to cover it up.
Well, it helps that you look great with short hair.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm still a little bit introspective about the look, because I loved my hair, but it's having a great thing happening from the inside for me. The confidence that I have to walk and wear my beautiful clothes and just be myself, be who I am, and come back into the community now to do the healing work. I do. I feel great.
And you also feel that after this trip, you felt more stronger as a healer as well.
Oh, yeah. There's
Yeah.
a little joke about that. Did I
Yes.
tell you about the Reiki? What I call it? What I was
No.
calling it as a joke, because I mean I'm very serious. I'm in the Usui lineage of Reiki, but once I was there, the stuff that I used to do in like half an hour as I'm working with someone, something that would take half an hour, I could see everything that I needed to do and just ask for those people in 3 minutes. So I was calling it, because it's Babaji's ashram, I was calling it Babaji Reiki.
Okay.
But I don't want to take away from Dr. Usui, who created who saw the symbols in a dream, and I teach about that. So, but I call it's kind of like energized Reiki, really fast,
Yes.
knowing Reiki now.
Yes, no, it sounds good, because especially for someone like me who doesn't have any time, so 3-minute Reiki sounds just right up my alley.
Yeah, exactly.
I need a lot of healing, but I don't have a lot of time, so it's perfect.
Plus, I do long distance, so anytime you need it, just text me. Just
Oh, I
don't
didn't
be
know that.
But you can't be driving when I'm doing it, or I could
Yeah.
ask it to come in. We could program it for a time when you're going to be sitting at home and able to receive it, because the energy, what it does is it will, I don't want to use the word alter, but it kind of, it's like you start glowing once you receive the energy. Something in you will start to shift and energize. So if you're driving and somebody hasn't said, okay, I'm going to do it right now, and you're driving, you may not know what's going on, because energy's moving inside of you. Everything is energy. So I can send to anyone, anywhere, anytime, but it's very permission based. So
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. It certainly worked for me, and I'm only hoping that your next phase will be to scale and to really embrace the world. And in fact, you were healing the world with your organization, right? You created
yes.
One World Healing.
One World Healing. Yeah, we started that right after the October 1 in Las Vegas incident at Route 91.
Yes.
I don't know why, but it just felt so crushing to me that happened. And I lived 5 minutes away from Mandalay Bay, and my daughter had worked at the Route 91 concert, last year. So, and she had talked about it, but didn't end up going. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing, you know what, this is a really good plug for that right now. I so thank you for saying that. At Elevated, I've talked with the owner, and I would like to offer to anybody who was in that incident, who needs any type of healing work or anything, to come and see me. I'm going to do some free healing for people that were actually involved in the tragedy.
That's amazing.
And the One World Healing Organization will be growing over time, and it's really just meant to make sure that people who need healing always get healing, that we don't push it under a rock after 6 months and forget about it. The way the Las Vegas community came together, the churches, the different organizations, was so amazing. I wanted the Las Vegas healing community to be part of that, and what I witnessed was many of the healing centers did a lot of free work for people, and I didn't have a center at that time, so I was in prayer quite a bit for people that were going through that, and I'd like to pay it backwards, let's say, or forward to people in the near future. So if anybody hears about it, and if you have friends or family, or you were part of it, get a hold of me on Facebook, and we'll figure out how to do some free healing for these people, because I just can't imagine the tragedy that they felt personally.
And I'm sure they still need quite a bit of help.
Absolutely.
As
But
we
I
know
was
more.
really grateful that our Las Vegas community really pulled together and did a lot of great stuff.
I know, that was very touching.
Yeah.
Even, especially Facebook, they have this features where somebody's asking for help, and then people reach out, and you will have like 2 people asking for help, and then 400 people offering help. It was just
It's
incredible.
so great.
Yeah.
Well, we just have a minute left. I swear these 25 minutes go so fast. And I'm here every month. And Elena, you're going to be asked back on again. Maybe sometimes you can help me co-facilitate, because I just love you, and I just
thank
love your
you.
energy
Thank
and
you.
the Wonder Woman that you are, going out and doing all the things that you do. And so, we band together as women in the community doing good things. And you want to give a plug for you? Where can they find you?
You can find me everywhere. I'm trying to be everywhere, but
You are.
you can go to our website, mommygo.co. which
It's
is
so good.
yeah, it's
Such
natural
good
energy
stuff.
shot for moms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we are planning to replace Red Bull and all the evil drinks out there.
Oh yay.
You can also find the nonprofit organization I'm associated with, which is healthysunrise.org.
You were on the news yesterday.
I was on the news yesterday, and I'm here today again. So
Wave goodbye.
bye.
See y'all.
Bye, guys.